There's been heated talk about AI taking over and causing catastrophic losses in the job market, forcing humanity into accepting universal basic income, or UBI, with talk going all the way up to the fact that humanity could be made extinct. And this has caused many, including Elon Musk, to call for the suspension of its development. In other news, do you want to talk to Elvis? How about Genghis Khan? How about Jesus? Despite the, of course, ethical problems that immediately arise, you can even talk to an AI-generated Austrian painter who, for reasons we all understand, cannot be named within the current censorious cultural zeitgeist, and you could do so for as little as $16 with a new app that allows you to talk with historical figures from the recent past as well as those that have been long dead. Moreover, and very interestingly, there is a new AI that will have profound effects going forward, as it is one that is able to guess whether you're gay or straight from a single simple photograph. And this algorithm is able to deduce the sexuality of people that it observed pictures on a dating site with up to 91% accuracy. And again, this is raising tricky ethical questions. More so when looking at a very similar new AI, well, this AI can basically look at a picture of you and tell whether or not if you have criminal tendencies. I have 3 questions for you. Question 1. Who, in your estimation, commits more murders? A. Women. B. Men. Question 2. Which group will be overrepresented in the 100-meter dash at the next Olympics? A. Chinese and their diaspora. B. West Africans and their diaspora. Question 3. Which group of people are, on average, taller? A. Japanese. B. Dutch. Now, if you answered B to the questions presented, congratulations. You are a confirmed person that stereotypes others based on their sex and national origin. So in recent years, stereotype, of course, has been given a bad name as it tends to facilitate intergroup or intersex hostility. But the truth of the matter is, and I will delve into this subject more thoroughly in a future video, according to a new study, people with higher cognitive abilities are more likely to learn and apply social stereotypes. So yay! If you are being honest with yourself and answer the questions presented, you're probably smarter than those that have been programmed to reject common sense. That said, news out of China of research that has not only taught a complex artificial intelligence to stereotype people based on their appearance, but this AI is shockingly accurate when it comes to sussing out so-called sketchy people, or in layman's terms, being able to suss out criminals from non-criminals. Hi everyone, just to let you know, I have some old favorites as well as new t-shirt designs on sale right now. Link to find them is in the description, and would like to thank you in advance, as it really does help the channel, as for years now, content like this has been put into an algorithmic black hole, as well as being demonetized. So thanks again, as well as I'm pretty sure you'll find something you will like. I was recently looking at some photos of early inmates of the Leavenworth prison in Kansas from about 100 years ago that were colored by artist Matthew Laurie. What I noticed is that several of the prisoners looked, well, off. And unfortunately for those that give off vibes that seem sketchy to others, mostly at an almost unconscious level, news out of China may shed some very troubling news. More so, as this resurgence in physiognomy may, just may, have shown the naysayers of this practice to be wrong. Very wrong. First, physiognomy is the supposed art of judging a person's character by his facial characteristics. Books have been written about it, at least in the early 20th century, but in recent years it has been derided as dubious pseudoscience by most Western academics. But in China, two scientists from Jiaotong University have drawn ire, rage, and contempt from their Western colleagues in the scientific community after producing a study that claims to be able to tell a criminal from a law-abiding citizen in 9 cases out of 10 based on a computer algorithm. The scientists understood that their paper would be received with howls and contempt, and they also understood what they called the historical controversy surrounding the topic. However, after training their machine learning algorithms, the machine was able to identify criminals from the law-abiding in 89.5% of instances. The scientists stated that the criminals appeared to have possessed some common physical qualities that helped the computer identify them. They said, "We find some discriminating structural features for predicting criminality, such as lip curvature, eye inner corner distance, and the so-called nose-mouth angle." What the researchers found was that convicts, who included both serious and petty criminals, had their eyes closer together and their upper lip was most curved. The researchers also stated that the most prominent telling factor was not in any specific difference, but that criminals appeared to have faces that differed greatly from the norm and from each other, that they were literally, in their appearance, deviants. They also said that the faces of the general law-abiding public have a greater degree of resemblance compared to the faces of criminals, or criminals have a higher degree of dissimilarity in facial appearance than normal people. Even though they attempted to preempt the inevitable visceral rage of Western academics by stating that we intend not to, nor are we qualified to discuss or debate on societal stereotypes, also that their program propagates no biases whatsoever due to past experience, race, religion, political doctrine, gender, age, etc. But of course, we know this wouldn't matter. For even venturing into the realm of physiognomy, they were resoundingly condemned. While I myself agree that people shouldn't be judged by how they look, I also think this is a very dangerous study. Given the increasingly totalitarian leanings of Western governments, it wouldn't at all surprise me to see such machines in use in the near future, but most likely to quell political dissidents rather than criminality. What is interesting as well is that it is noted that the findings of this study out of China are not actually unique. In fact, in 2011, an experiment conducted out of Cornell demonstrated that people were able to differentiate between convicted criminals and others by instinct alone. In fact, the study's abstract states that there is a growing body of evidence that suggests that rapid yet accurate dispositional inferences can be made after minimal exposure to the physical appearance of others. Or, all of that is to say, when people stereotype others based on the way they look, they are more often right than not. While this may hurt the feelings of the professionally offended and those outraged on behalf of others, human instincts are in fact very good at gauging the world around them, for good or ill. Or in fact, why are we so shocked by what was taken as common sense just a couple of generations ago? What are your thoughts? Should AI like the one used in the Chinese experiment be used as another tool for law enforcement? What are some of the ethical implications of using such machines in the practical world? And is there any way they could be used and not abused? Tell me what you think in the comments section, and as always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Also, please click on the bell to receive notifications of newly uploaded content. It doesn't always work, but give it a try anyway. Also, if you like what you saw, please consider supporting this channel. As well, find Black Pigeon on the usual social media. Till next time.